MAGA Hat Monday. Let's go, let's go.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk a doubter, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
All right, we're going to talk about my music, and we're going to talk about the Illuminati, and a little repeat of what I always have to say about good artists and the sabotaging that the Illuminati does on those good artists. I'm MC Too Tall. You're watching the MC Too Tall show. And let me repeat the phrase I always say when it comes to artists and their relation with the Illuminati. Good artists are kept down and held back because of the Illuminati. I know this to be true because where the hell is my big money contract and my limousine? Why am I not making it rain in the club? Follow. Why am I not in fine suits making it rain in the club? Now, I could afford nice clothes. I'm bumming around the house right now. Why dress like anything but a bum when bumming around the house? Doesn't make sense. So, anyway, good artists are kept down and held back because of the Illuminati. And there's literally nothing that people step in and do about it because they either paid off or scared or so drained of resources that they're looking out for their own survival, which I can't blame that last category of people for that. They're looking out for their own survival, and they are so drained of their resources that they have to just look out for themselves, and I can't blame them for that. Some people, they're not in a position to save the world. A lot of us are not in a position to save the world. I can advocate for things, but as far as actually getting out there and saving the world, I don't have those resources like I used to have. This isn't 10 years ago. This isn't 20 years ago. This is not 2006. Okay, when I had those resources. Or 2008 when I had those resources. Or 2010, 11, or 12 when I had those resources. Notice things started going downhill after 2013. It took 3 years instead of 1 or 2 years to release the 6th album and the 3rd and final album of the Killer series. The Killer series went out with a whimper because of it, and new logos and new marketing schemes did not become the top-selling album of the trilogy. But there was still a great deal of success that came to A Fiery Red Horse, which I really liked because I'm glad A Fiery Red Horse had some degree of commercial success because That was the song. That was the entire album that had not any cursing on it at all. Okay, all my other albums, EPs, what have you, they all had some kind of curse words on them. And I challenged myself to do a whole album with no cursing on it, and I pulled it off rather nicely. Rather beautifully. And and the I think the biggest song from that is Goats, Snakes, Ravens, and Scorpions version 2.0 or GSRS version 2.0, featuring unfortunately featuring Scarlet Venom, which it was my idea to have her do the hook on that. Version 2.0, no, actually version 1.0 is the version that does not have anybody else but me throughout the whole song, including the hook. And I have a cat. His name's Carmine. And this is Carmine right here. I just snatched him from the windowsill. And he's a very nice cat. He's very cute. And I live for my cats. As you know, yesterday I lost Streaky. At Streaky for at least 3 years, and he had passed away. He had passed away early in the morning. Poor cat died in my arms, and of course, the next day I'm not gonna be all happy about it. I'm still gonna somewhat be in mourning. It just is what it is. People mourn their cats, and it's a normal thing to mourn a cat, more so than a human being. Okay? Okay? If my choices are, and I'm not saying this to be malicious, I'm not saying this because I have any hatred towards Renee Good, but all due respect to Renee Good, I did not know her. I knew my cat Streaky. So if I had a choice to bring back Streaky or Renee Good, I would choose to bring back Streaky because I knew and loved Streaky. So yeah, it has nothing to do with any type of political bias or any kind of personal hatred towards Renee Good. I didn't even have any hatred towards Renee Good because I didn't know her. I couldn't judge her to love or hate her because I did not know her. She was a face on the internet that you heard died because of their own doings. They forced the hand of the ICE agent, or who opened fire on her. And her real name isn't Renee Good. Her real name is Renee Macklin. You don't assume the name of a same-sex spouse ever. The only time a name is changed in marriage is when a woman marries a man and the woman takes the man's name. A woman can't take another woman's name in marriage. A man can't take another man's name in marriage. A man cannot take a woman's name in marriage. I don't care what John Lennon did. Okay? It just goes like that. I know, weren't we talking about my music? Weren't we talking about, why did you guys get me off of my train of thought with the music? You freaking bunch of white trailer trash taking me off my train of thought with music. How dare ye? So, one of my favorite songs on the album New Logos and New Marketing Schemes, the album was released digitally. It was released digitally in October 2013, and a very few um, copies of CD format were released. Very few copies of CD format were released in 2014, February 14th, 2014, to be exact. And that's when people started listening to Cleanse with Fire for the first time. Now, Cleanse with Fire, I had made like towards the very end of 2012, going into 2013. It was something that I wanted to put Scarlet Venom on the hook. And I decided last minute not to and put my own self on there because there was a whole argument over Fever for Fight. Like, she had critique of her own self on Fever for Fight. She actually, to her credit, and I don't like crediting her for anything. I mean, if she cured cancer, I would be grappling with whether or not to credit her for that. That's how much she's given me right and reason to despise her. But in all fairness, she did a she did a better job than she gave herself credit for on her part in Fever for Fight. But she stopped wanting to appear with me in live appearances. She didn't want to DJ for me anymore, and it's like I'm trying to keep this thing going. Something that I've been doing since before she was around, and I vow that if I do live performances again, it'll either be with a live band, no more DJ, unless it's the karaoke events that I show up to once in a while. I'll still show up to DJ El Nene's karaoke events. Now, in those incidents, yes, he will be my DJ, and I will do my two songs that everybody's so accustomed to. But other than that, it's either live band, improvising, and if not the live band, then I just go a cappella. I'll go a cappella and over exaggerate during the hook and do all of Ice's parts in Ding Ding Dope and do all of Scarlet Venom's parts in the songs that she and I did together. Basically, any songs that I have done collaborations on, I will do the parts of the people I've collabed with, except the C to the Z collaborations. Those, of course, never get performed live ever again because, Chaz CZ, C to the Z, has passed away early in 2022. Can't believe he's gone a whopping 4 years. And there's Blondie. Blondie showed up. And he's a sweet, huggable cat. Saying all the cats are coming to embrace and share bereavement in light of Streaky's passing. So here's Blondie. And Blondie is an adorable, huggable cat. And Blondie, as are all my cats, as is each and every one of my cats. Oh, he's purring too. Blondie's purring. Good for him. Blondie's knocking my monitor down with his tail. But anyway, Blondie, like all my cats, like each and every one of my cats, is a fan of my music. Never lackluster, enemy of lame. The day will come, they build towers in my name. This advice is my only vice. I'll fulfill the bigger dreams in the glaciers of ice. I'm in a glass house throwing stones in your mother. Red Rider in the hood making y'all slay each other. I come in peace and bring war to the table. For this is my calling. Don't dismiss it as a fable. 'Cause I keeps it real. Never the pretender. Never living for someone else's agenda. You know that I roll it the way that I rock it. Drones want to block it, hate it and knock it. Now I'm in a cockpit of a war machine, shooting fire and brimstone, you know what I mean? And my demise is what y'all desire. But surprise, surprise, y'all, I cleanse with fire. Fire, fire, cleanse with fire. Fire, fire, cleanse with fire. Flames, fire, cleanse with fire. Fire, fire, cleanse with fire. See? It's a very nice song. It's a beautiful song. And more people should be bumping that song. It's on my YouTube. It's on my YouTube. And yeah, you guys should be playing it more. You guys really should be playing that song more often. This cat in the middle of my video decided to just come over here and fall asleep on my chest. But he's a nice cat. Look, he's got blonde fur. He's Blondie. Kisses little Kepala. Anyway, oy vey, eat a bagel, respect God, watch out for the Illuminati, love your cats, stay strong, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building. Hip-hop legend, founding father figure of industrial rap and New York City goth scene ambassador. Oh, he's sound asleep. MC Too Tall. Be good. Be good.